United Supermarkets Arena, just awaiting Kirby Hocutt and the press conference. They're going to open it up for a opening statement and questions for the athletics director, Kirby Hocutt. Actually, let's go to him now as he's approaching the podium.
Good afternoon. Appreciate everybody being here. First and foremost, appreciate the young men that represent Texas Tech University on this basketball team. They're sitting here with us today. I had a chance to visit with them earlier this morning. Tell you, could not be more impressed with this group of young men. Obviously, we had a sensational ride this year through the basketball season. We got back to March Madness, the NCAA tournament. To have them here today inspires me and motivates me, because that's what it's all about. We talk about educating, serving, and growing fearless champions. I want to tell you, this group of young men that we have on this basketball team, they're fearless champions. And there's a great future ahead for this men's basketball program. And it's a team. Our expectations haven't changed. We talked about that this morning. We talked about getting back to the NCAA tournament and staying. And I know that's going to happen because of the young men that are on this team. I want to also thank Dr. Opperman. President Opperman is here. He's been there this whole time to offer support, leadership, and President Opperman, thank you for being there and being here today. I want to thank Tubby and Donna Smith, great people. One of the best I've ever worked with. He will be missed. Tubby is a great man. Tubby and Donna were significant members of this community and were attached in so many ways to this community. And they will be missed. We are in a very unexpected situation that came about rather quickly. I want to share with you the timeline and the sequence of things that have happened. So much can change in a week. I was thinking last night that a week ago last night, Tubby, Donna, and myself were having dinner. We were having dinner at the LA Athletic Club. We broke bread. We're enjoying the wooden award ceremonies in anticipation of all of that. A week ago last night, Coach Smith, Saul Smith, and I went to the Los Angeles Lakers LA Clippers game. We got to see Kobe Bryant play for his last time against the Clippers. We went to the Lakers game and we were talking about the future of Texas Tech basketball. That was a week ago last night. A week later, last night at the same time we were having dinner in LA, I was trying to convince Tubby and Donna to get on a plane and come home and continue to lead this basketball program. This morning at 6:45, Coach Smith called me and told me he had made the decision to stay in Memphis and to be a part of their program and their university. I had to smile when we hung up. I sat back and I thought, you know, a week ago at the same time, 6:45 a.m. that he called me this morning, he and I met in the lobby last week at this time to meet. We shared a bagel, a cup of coffee, got in the car and we went and played golf. We played the Bel Air Country Club and we had a great round of golf. I think Tubby shot the best round he said he ever had in his life. But things change in a week. I'll share with you a sequence of events that transpired. On March the 1st, we were heading to West Virginia to play basketball against the Mountaineers. We were on the charter flight traveling to Morgantown, and during that flight I went up and I sat next to Coach Smith. And I told Tubby how appreciative we were of everything that he was doing associated with Texas Tech basketball. Told him that we wanted him to be at Texas Tech until he made the decision to retire. I said, Tubby, you're sitting in this chair, this basketball head coaching chair, for as long as you want to sit in this chair. We couldn't be more appreciative of what you've done and what you're doing and how you're leading this group of young men, and you got this chair as long as you want it. He said, Kirby, I appreciate that, and you know, when the season's over, let's sit down, just me and you, at a table, and let's talk about the future. But Donna and I are very happy where we are, and we want to stay here for a long time. So March 18th, we returned from Raleigh in the NCAA tournament, and then on March the 29th, Coach Smith and I meet in my office, and we talk about the future of Texas Tech basketball. We talk about what's important to him to continue to move this program forward. We talked about what we needed to continue to invest in related to this men's basketball program. From there, we went to the Final Four, and then that led to our trip to Los Angeles just last week. So on Tuesday, April the 12th, this Tuesday morning of this week at 10:30, Tubby and I met in his office, and I presented to him a contract extension proposal. It was a new 5-year contract, and at that time looked him in the eye and said, "Tubby, this is the chair you sit in until you're ready to retire. We want you here. We appreciate what you're doing." We shook hands at about 10:30 and agreed to get back together later this week. Had his confirmation that he couldn't be happier anywhere else and was looking forward to coaching this group of young men. He said, "Kirby, this is the best group of young men that I've ever had the privilege of coaching before." And I know he meant that very sincerely. At 3:30 on Tuesday afternoon, I received a courtesy phone call from the athletics director at Memphis saying they had identified Tubby as somebody they wanted to talk to and intended to reach out to him about their opportunity. At 5:30 on Tuesday afternoon, I get back to my office and I sit down and I called Tubby on his cell phone and said, are you at the arena? I want to come by and just follow up from our visit this morning, and can I come by the arena and visit with you? At that point in time, he said, "Kirby, I'm not at the arena. I'm actually, Donna and I are in our car and we're driving to Amarillo to meet with the folks from Memphis." I said, "Tubby, what's it going to take for you to turn around and not meet with Memphis?" He said, "They are very convincing and it's just something that I need to go listen to." So he and I hung up the phone and we had an 8:30 meeting scheduled on Wednesday morning, an 8:30 meeting on campus to meet with a few donors, to meet with the system staff about a new basketball practice facility at Texas Tech University. That was on Wednesday morning at 8:30. Coach doesn't show up to the 8:30 meeting. I tried to call to see when he was going to arrive, and he had gone silent on me. I learned from others around the country at about 11 o'clock that he is in Memphis, Tennessee. I had assumed that he was going to drive back that night, would be at the 8:30 meeting to talk about the basketball practice facility, but he was not there. He and I finally spoke yesterday at about noon. We had subsequent conversations throughout the day. At 4 o'clock, I thought Tubby was ready to get on an airplane and come home and continue to lead this basketball program. At 5 o'clock, we spoke again, and all indications were that that was not the case and he was going to stay in Memphis. I said, "Tubby, you sound uncertain. Please don't make a rush decision. Please don't make a rush decision. You owe us no timeline. I will wait for you as long as I have to wait for you to continue to lead this program forward." We had discussed and presented to him early that afternoon even enhanced contractual terms for him to continue to lead this program. We had terms in front of him that on average over a 5-year term would have, based on this year's figures, he would have been the 3rd highest paid coach in the Big 12 Conference. Tubby, when we hung up, had told me that he would indeed not make a rush decision, that they would get on a plane, he and Donna, and they would come home and sleep on it, and we would talk this morning. He in fact called me this morning at 6:45, but was not in Lubbock, Texas, had stayed in Memphis last night, and told me that he had intended to take their job. At that point in time, we reached out. I met this morning with the basketball staff, the assistant coaches. We talked through the current situation, and then at 10 o'clock this morning had the opportunity to visit with our basketball team. I'll share it with y'all again. We've got a great future. We've got a great future as a basketball program. This is a great university. This is a great group of young men, and there are great things ahead for this basketball team because of the young men on this team, because of the young men that are here this morning. We've got a great future ahead of us because of our community, because of our fan base. When you think back to our run through the Big 12 this year and the crowds that we were putting in the United Supermarkets Arena, it was electrifying. This place was electric. The energy that was in this arena was tremendous. We've got the best fans, the best support in this country, and I know that this community is going to continue to rally around these young men and continue on this journey for us to get back to the NCAA tournament and stay longer. We've got a great future because our continued investment into our basketball facilities. We've made great investment in the last 3 years into our basketball facilities. We've just recently redone our team facilities, our team locker rooms, our sports medicine center, our coaches' offices. We are about to begin enhancements on the current basketball practice facility, as well as the lobby space upstairs in the United Supermarkets arena. Before next basketball season, we're going to enhance the lobby space. We're going to build a studio in the lobby. Think of a ESPN studio, a Fox Sports studio. We're going to have one that we're going to operate up in the lobby of the United Supermarkets arena. It's going to be first class. I'm excited that before basketball season tips off next year, we're going to have a new video board and a new sound system in the United Supermarkets arena. We will have one of the nicest video boards and scoreboards in all of college basketball before next season tips off. It's a great time to be a Red Raider. We got a great future ahead of us. This is an unexpected situation that we find ourselves in, but we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward with these young men. We're going to move forward as a university and as a program, and we're going to be just fine as we go forward, and we'll be better in the future because of the leadership of Tubby Smith. We appreciate all he did. We wish him well in the future, but we're going to be just fine as a Red Raider Nation. So with that, I will stop and happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Kirby, can you just talk about what you're looking for in the next head coach to lead, obviously a very good young core that's coming back next year?
Well, we want a leader, we want a winner, we want somebody who has experienced success at the highest levels of college basketball. We want somebody who wants to be at Texas Tech University. We want somebody with the highest amount of character who will come in and continue to move us forward and build great relationships with this group of young men that they can trust and believe in, and will inspire us to continue to move this program forward.
Kirby, a few questions. First of all, these enhancements that you've mentioned for the United Supermarkets arena, were they planned in advance of Coach Smith's departure, or was this basically enticements to try to keep him here? And then secondly, as far as the financial footing for the athletic department of the university, can Texas Tech afford head coach salaries in the $3 million range for both football and men's basketball?
The enhancements that I spoke about facility-wise, they have been planned and they've been in the works for 12 plus months. So obviously Coach Smith was aware of all the enhancements. He's been a part of all of those, and he was aware of everything that we were doing. And we're going to continue to invest in our facilities. Texas Tech has invested over the last 12 years over $250 million into our athletic facilities. And we're going to continue that investment there. When you talk about the fiscal state of Texas Tech athletics and intercollegiate athletics, it's a big business. It is a very big business, and this year we have an operational budget of $80 million. Can we compete at the highest levels of college athletics and do it the right way, compete with character, win the right way? Yes, we can. Can we invest into this program, into the future of the young people that we serve? Absolutely. With successful programs, we can continue to compete at the highest levels.
Kirby, just based on that timeline that you had laid out, obviously a lot of moving parts, get you pretty fast, obviously, but have you compiled a short list of people that you're looking at, and is Chris Beard one of those guys who's on the top of that list, maybe obviously just signed a contract with UNLV, but former tech assistant and whatnot?
I'm not going to comment on candidates. This is unexpected, and as soon as we finish here, my focus 24/7 is going to turn to this basketball coaching search, and we'll look throughout the country, and we'll make sure, as I told this basketball team, we bring the best man in to lead them going forward. So we'll move as expeditiously as we can, but as they know, we're going to take as much time as needed to make sure we find the right person to come in and move us forward. Thank you very much.